Hello, sinners. Welcome back. I'm your host, Rebecca Midnight, and today we are starting LA Rush. This has been a long time coming, everybody, and I am so freaking excited. I made a video about it quite a few months ago now, about the 20th anniversary. And in that video, I had mentioned that on emulators, the game was kind of screwed up, and how that was kind of a problem for the preservation of this game because it will likely never see a re release or a port or anything of the sort on any newer platform given its nature. So, I am pleased to announce, for those of you who did not see my update on the pinned comment of that video, PCSX2 actually fixed LA Rush. It works perfectly now, as far as I can tell. It runs great, 60 frames per second. The stunt tokens work, and everything seems to be in order, apart from a couple of minor bugs on the UI, but it's not a big deal. This is a great way to play the game now. So I figured, with the celebration of that, why not put my money where my mouth is and actually play through the game? So let's go ahead, and you can see I already started um, a save on here once before to test it out. We will go ahead and overwrite that. I didn't get very far, just like the first couple of races, so not a big deal. I'm probably going to get copyright flagged for leaving the music on, but I really want to because I feel like I would be doing you guys a tremendous disservice by turning it off. So we will leave that on. Let's get started.
From the right to the left, we just came to see you party and enjoy yourself. For all of y'all from the right to the left, we just came to see you party and enjoy yourself. Cause it's cool when you cause a cozy condition. No more we be sipping till we create, cause that's our mission. So get a handle my functions flow in conjunction with the beat toxic funkin'. Don't try jumping, don't get it pumping. You can peep from my actions, I get it cracking. I spend the Benjamins, you packing Jacksons, can't get a sack of when I spit it, they say twist of what you own. Boy, you go. My cat and truck flip two tones when I pick your I'm attacking verses, flow evil like cracking hearses and snatching purses while your rap is worthless. I'm about to be cause my stomach's too empty, motherfucker, I'm pimpy. Now when we get like baby in the Birkin, the Bentley, you
Hey yo, how'd this here go-kart get past security?
This go-kart got us started on our way. Won us our first 10G.
Yeah, you right, fam. Back on the early street, Silmar, No Hope. It reminds us where we came from.
Made all this possible. Go-kart earned its place at the house. This one should make the Rise cover.
Yeah, right. I could just see Raj flying off the shelves with this here whip on the cover.
Yo, holla at your boy. How y'all living?
Yo. Big Dame, man. Mike, Ryan, Q. What's going on, fellas?
When are you gonna let us rework the cart, T?
Yeah, man. This thing makes my eyes hurt every time I come in this place.
Well, fellas, if I ever need a plasma screen or surround sound, y'all be the first ones I call.
All right, we'll holler at y'all later.
See you later, fellas.
Yo, T, with all you've achieved on the streets, the fame, the riches, the honeys, what else is there for you to accomplish?
Yo, immortality. What else?
This empire right here, it ain't even begun to grow.
Somebody should have told me this party was being held at a Snappy Lou. Would have worn my coveralls. Oh yeah, that's right. I don't own no damn coveralls. Do I, baby?
Lydell isn't on the list, Chief. Do you want us to bounce him?
Nah. Any man willing to put up $2 million cash for a series of races, shit, he's welcome in my house anytime.
So that's not just a rumor? Lydell's really putting up dough for the summer burnouts?
No rumor. He's trying to get in the game. Says he got some road runners on payroll. Says he wants to own my streets.
And since he can't do it through driving, he'll try it through buying.
Yo, I gotta say, my bank account could not be happier.
Ha ha! Come on, y'all. Come on. Kick in for the host. Things are obviously much tougher for the man than we thought. Getting all George Sanford on us. Damn!
No need to take up a collection, Lydell. By the end of the summer, you'll have paid for my new vacation spot in Maui. Yo, how'd you like to go to Maui, girl? Help me decorate my place while Lydell licks his wounds.
Baby, did he? I know you ain't talking to Lana like that. Change is coming. Ain't no way in hell that boy is winning my 2 large. Lack of respect just put his ass in debt. I'm about to pull some strings.
Looks like we got us a story in the making. So T, how you plan on preparing for the upcoming races?
Yo, man, like I always do. 2 weeks in St. Bart's. Yo, it says I'm cleaned out. I got nothing left.
This Liddell's doing, no doubt. I knew the man had connections, but damn.
Yo, what the hell we gonna do, man?
You gonna do what you always done. You gonna hit them streets for some fast cash, win some races, get us back up. And I'm gonna do some digging, find out where your stuff got stashed. We got connections of our own, you know? And I got a feeling Liddell's lady wants to go to Maui.
Liddell don't just want to own the streets, T. He wants you beat down. Took it all and tangled it up. We'll get it sorted, though. Lucky for you, his girl really wants to go to Maui. But she don't want no suspicions raised, so she'll give us the lowdown drip by drip. So for now, let's just learn this terrain. In these circuits, you can earn your money for the entry into the crosstowns, which got the highest stakes. Time to get down to business, T. Time to run.
All right, so things are pretty straightforward. Get our cars back, get money, steal Liddell's girlfriend. So I guess before we start the first race, there's actually one thing that I always do at the start of an LA Rush playthrough. And that is this stunt token in the sort of downtown area. Or the Hollywood area, I suppose. Oopsies. Yeah, the story in this game is something, isn't it? I know it's not to everyone's taste. Like, it is cringe, most definitely. But I always kind of had a soft spot for, like, the MTV Cribs, Pimp My Ride era of cable television. So, to me, I think it's actually kind of fun. Not good, but fun. And I appreciate that they put in a little effort to have a story at all when most racing games of the day and even now don't even bother with a story. So I always like to give some credit when some games actually try. Will we actually get this stunt token first try? As you guys can see, it works fine now. We're in hardware mode. I'm rendering at 1080p and it's perfectly fine. Before, it was a garbled mess every single time you would do one of these in hardware mode. It had to be in software mode, and I believe you had to use Vulkan or OpenGL, one of the two, for it to work properly. It did not look good, and it didn't really run good either, but we're getting a lock 60 frames right now, so we are winning, baby. First try. I usually don't get that first try. Usually I get screwed on that jump and end up having to do it a couple times. We have the 88 Cutlass now, which I am really excited about because It's one of the few games that I can think of that actually has some Oldsmobile representation that is not the 442. I think Forza Horizon 5 maybe has the Tornado, the 66 Tornado, but you don't see the Cutlass very often, and that's really a shame. And this one in this game actually looks a lot like my very own. This one's an 88, not a 76, and so it's a different body, but it's very reminiscent, and it's kind of cool to see a car that's close-ish to my real-life car in a video game. And I didn't really appreciate that nearly as much at the time when I was younger, but nowadays, yeah, I definitely think that's super neat. Kind of screwed up the Nissan. That's... kind of feel bad about it. It's even kind of the same color as mine. Mine's a bit more of a light cream color rather than gold, but it's close-ish. Alright, let's go and do this first race. It is a free race, so this is how we'll get our first little bit of money. You guys are in luck for the soundtrack if you happen to like Twista, because like a good 80% of the hip-hop soundtrack of this game is Twista. I love Twista, so that's a good thing for me, because I actually think that's awesome, but, you know, you really have to like Twista to appreciate the hip-hop section of the soundtrack. Unfortunately, you can't switch it on the fly. You have to change the genre from the main menu, but the techno selection is fantastic, too. No, I'll definitely switch through them as we go through this Let's Play so you guys can hear all the different songs because they are so freaking good. I have a feeling we'll be seeing this race a lot in future episodes because this game does not really respect your time very much as the player. You are, you know, earning money to do these races to get screwed over by the AI and then run out of money and then have to come back to the free one to get enough to do another race and then rinse and repeat. I remember back when I first tried to play through this game with my mom back in, like, I think it was 2007 or 2008. It was a couple of years after it came out that I was finally able to buy this game. I rented it when it first came out, but then, you know, I was a kid, so, you know, the price had to come down a lot before I could convince my dad to buy it for me. But when I did finally get it, me and my mom went to play through it together. We would just marathon this race for hours, getting like $15,000-$20,000 saved up and then trying to go run races, because to us it made more sense just to get the grind out of the way all at one time rather than saving up just enough to do the race and then lose and end up having to drive all the way back. And I might do a little grinding in between episodes. I hope I don't have to, but if we end up hitting a particularly difficult roadblock, I will, just for brevity's sake, because I don't want you guys to have to watch the same race over and over again. Alright, well, that wasn't a struggle at all, understandably so. Well, I guess we can go do the races in Hollywood real quick. There is a story race and a regular race. We'll do the regular race first. Let's see what's going on the map. Yeah, so this one right here is a regular non-story, a side race, I suppose. And this one right here is going to be the story race that'll give us a car to go collect. We'll do this one first, just to get it out of the way. I'm going to try to do 100% of the races in this game, and we will do some of the stunt tokens and stuff, though I don't know how much of a thing I'll make of that, because I don't even know how many stunt tokens there are. But I will try my best to get 100% of the cars, 100% of the races done in this Let's Play. And that should be a lot of fun, I think. Funny story, despite my high praise of this game and the fact that I'm pretty sure I'm like one of the only people in the world who seems to actually think this is a good game. Like, of course I have nostalgia for it, and maybe if I didn't grow up with it I would have a different opinion, but generally speaking, I would like to say that I still think this game holds its own. It's not the greatest racing game of all time or anything. You know, it's no Midnight Club, but it's a damn fun game, and I honestly wish there were more games like this these days. You know, it took a lot of risks, and the fact that it even exists is so weird, almost unbelievably weird. As a part of the Rush arcade series, and the fact it was such a departure from that, and the fact that the development team didn't even really seem to even know what the hell this game was. The fact that it came together this well is honestly still so amazing to me. But like I said, don't in my other video about it, do not ever go into this game expecting it to be like the other Rush games. It is so not like the other Rush games. But it's a good game. It can just be frustrating. That was a great launch. It can just be really frustrating, but it's a really, really fun game. I'm impressed at that launch. That was great. We just gapped him from the start, which we may or may not need if stuff like that's gonna happen the whole... Wait, how did they catch up so fast? They weren't even near me a few seconds ago. There are shortcuts, but they're not very... Sometimes they're telegraphed well, other times they're not, and sometimes you can really screw yourself if you don't know where you're going. So I generally try to stick to the normal route unless it's something that either I know about or has been telegraphed, so I don't screw myself over. Ooh, you are a douche. You are a douche, sir. What the fuck was that? I mean, they kind of helped because, like, we didn't end up hitting the semi, which we probably would have ended up slamming our roof on if we did, but they really shouldn't have done that. What's my e-brake? I don't even remember what the e-brake is. I could use that. I need to be able to just rip this thing around corners. It understeers a lot. Is it R? No. L1? L1. Okay. Nah, not today, buddy. Not today. Get away from me. Y'all are the maniacs out here slamming into people with reckless abandon. You know, could throw the car into a civilian crowd or something. Y'all are the maniacs. What are you talking about? That was easy enough. We got $2,000 now. Not hard yet, but I'm pretty sure at some point there's a pretty steep difficulty spike. I can't quite remember where it is. I want to say it's Santa Monica, but I just know it's out there, and I know that we're gonna suffer together. It'll be fun, though. We'll suffer together. It'll be a good time, and why are there so many freaking cops around here?
Spit it for the thugs and the big ballers and the kicker for the girls that'll get dollars and I do it for the streets. Gotta hit it with the heat and the party for the fees and shot callers. Shake, come on, show me what you shake.
I would like to thank you for coming out to the first leg of the Lydell Race Street Slam, the highest stakes racing set to ever hit the street. Now this first set, as you know, is for the novices, the up-and-comers, the new jacks. One winner advances, the loser go home.
That's right, one winner. We already know who that is, so y'all might as well pack it in now.
That's some pretty big talk for someone whose ride ain't got but 3 speeds. Slow, slow up, and slow in.
3 speeds is all my boy needs for this set.
Hell, I could take this whole film in reverse. In fact, I might just do that. Keep things interesting for me.
The cutscenes are really well animated too. It's something I forget about until I play it again, but I honestly am surprised at how nice the cutscenes look. Even though most, including probably myself, if you put a gun to my head, would say Need for Speed, for example, was really big at the time, and it probably almost certainly is a better game. if you held me at gunpoint and asked me if LA Rush or Need for Speed Most Wanted was better, I would tell you Need for Speed Most Wanted. But let's be honest, the cutscenes in those games were trash. I mean, they're charming, don't get me wrong, in the same way that I think the story of this game is charming, but they are not good. The live action cutscenes look terrible. So the fact they actually went through the effort of like animating CGI cutscenes for this game is kind of cool. Oh my god, no. Can we get under this truck? Oof, that was sketchy. That's something that I wager will become annoying at some point, because like you don't know what cars will and will not fit under the semis, and a lot of times the semis are unavoidable obstacles, or mostly unavoidable obstacles. So if you're in an intersection, you either have to dump all your speed to go around it and throw the race, or slam right into the semi-truck or slam right into traffic and avoid the semi-truck and scalp your roof and lose all your momentum and probably lose the race. Oof. Car tried to screw us there. Lucky for us, the Oldsmobile's built different. They don't make them like that anymore. This game has an awesome damage model too, as I'm sure you guys have noticed. I freaking love the damage model in this game.
I'm getting the inside on the whereabouts of all the property, T. Little by little, I'll be sending it your way. Check the one I just uploaded.
Alright, we are going to get a car. But yeah, you don't see games with licensed cars have like borderline soft body crash physics like this game does, and not to mention how technically impressive having a damage model like that is on the PS2. Granted, this game doesn't run well on official hardware, even remotely. Even the original Xbox version struggles sometimes, but it is impressive. I have a method, and hopefully we are able to utilize it to get this thing home without too much damage. It doesn't work every time, but it works sometimes.
They've done studies, you know. 60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
This is really bumpy, and this car is kind of low, so that's not going to bode very well. If you have a higher, like a SUV or something, this generally works better. No. No. If we can get up against this... Oh, no. What have I done? What have I done? I am so stupid. So I'm gonna take the road up there if I can, because... Oh, shoot. That's 2 for 2 on being a dumbass. Leave me alone, alright?
Leave me alone!
Akira! Third time's the charm. We're not gonna do anything stupid this time, I promise. Mostly. I mostly promise, okay? Once more with feeling. Let's go. I think we can go this way. Watch this take us somewhere completely different. Okay, no, it wraps around. Good. As long as we can avoid hard slams, we're good. It's just the like major slams that really screw us over. How many cars are there? I don't remember there being this many enemies. I thought there was like 4 or 5. It's like 8. And why do their cars weigh so much? They must keep like cinder blocks in their trunk, or would it be a trunk on an SUV? I don't know what the terminology is. Juked him. Okay, let's not slam in right into the wall this time. There is a wall that if we can get beside, they can't like box us in. So I guess they can, but it's harder for them. So okay. Ooh. Get up against the wall, kind of. Wow, they're really trying. They're really trying. They're really trying. There is a cutout right here that we will just... They're not letting us off. I don't even care at this point. I really don't care. But you can, like, cut through here, and then our house is literally right here, so we're good. You know, if you... I've gotten through this with less than 10% damage before this run. And slightly more skilled days, 36. That's horrible. At least it didn't take all of our money, so we can still run the rest of the races. I promise you, I've done better runs. This is garbage. I guess I'm bad under pressure.
Congratulations on getting that ride back. Now check them tracks I just sent over. Then let's see what sorry-ass competition he rounded up to get swatted down for this set. And check them 2 hot spots in the crosstown race just opened up in Santa Monica.
We got Santa Monica races now. Screw that, though. Let's go do the other story race in Hollywood and get that car. And I don't remember if there's more races in Hollywood after this. This might be it for Hollywood. If it is, then this is a good place to wrap up the episode. The next one, if I recall, the next acquisition that we have to do is kind of even worse than the one we just did by quite a bit, but it's still a fairly short jaunt to the house, so it shouldn't be too bad. And honestly, it can't get much worse than what we just did. I blew every single attempt at this acquisition, so you know, it can't be, I can't make it more embarrassing, you know what I mean? No tickets for me, no tickets for me. Bye-bye, bye-bye. Alright, just enough. Let's not screw this up. We cannot afford to lose this race. We have to win. No pressure, of course, but we have to win, because otherwise I'm gonna have to go do that free race twice, and I don't want to do that.
3, 2, 1, go!
Thankfully, this car is really low, so if there are any semi-truck roadblocks, we should be able to get under them. No problem. Do a barrel roll. What? That was kind of sick, actually. That was really sick. Seems like more or less the same route we did in the non-story race earlier. Oh, no, it's not. Never mind. We're going into downtown. Oof, 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 oof. Sorry, guys. See if we can rip the handbrake. That's the stuff. E-brake's our friend here, it seems. At least with this car. No! There's too much traffic, I swear. Just living on nitrous. It'll get us there. No doubt about it, it'll get us there.
Congratulations!
First try. Hey. Alright, now let's do the next acquisition. I think it's also an Impala, if I remember correctly.
Got some Lydell flunkies racing for wheels. You'll find one of your rides up in the same neck of the woods.
Alright, let's head over there. I think it's kind of further down in Beverly Hills. Alright, here we are. I went ahead and just drove us over here. Had a lot of cops. It ended up getting kind of messy. Y'all don't need to see any of that, you know. It was another Impala, I did remember. I actually haven't done this in a while, so I'm kind of surprised. Alright, let's see if we can actually get a somewhat respectable damage level on this car on the way home. We won't be doing any serious off-roading on this one, so we'll have to rely on our evasive maneuvers to not embarrass ourselves. Once we get up here, it's a straight shot, so we might actually get away with this. Thankfully, while the enemy AI is strong, they're also stupid, so that works in our favor. Hey, that's gonna be really nice. Hopefully that's not expensive. 4%, let's go. And we're first on the little leaderboard thing. $200, beautiful. I love to see it.
Nice work getting them wheels, T. When you're ready for some more easy money, check these spots.
Right on. There is more races in Hollywood, so I guess we will get to those next episode. Real quick, I did want to go see if we could upgrade the Cutlass, though, because I want to show you guys the customization system in action in this episode. And upgrading the cars actually does enhance the performance and handling of them, and it does make quite a big difference for this car, so I do want to upgrade it, because I do want to keep using it for some of these races. Alright, here we are. Let's see if we have enough. I think we do. 1,500, yep, we are good.
'88 Cutlass Supreme. This got a chrome grille and bumpers, blacked out windows, smoke lights, and House of Color Sherwood body paint. The supercharger and Gibson headers and exhaust keep this one rolling steady on 22-inch Giovannas.
Oh yeah, that looks good. And it lowered it a few inches, I believe, so we should be able to safely slide under semi-trucks now. Yeah, that was one of the more controversial things in this game, was the upgrade system. People didn't like it because they were like, oh, well, you know, every other racing game of the day had, you know, let you customize individual parts and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I understand why they would be disappointed by the fact that wasn't included, and they'd feel like it was kind of lame in comparison. But this game, as I'm sure you can tell, was really going for that Pimp My Ride, MTV Cribs style game design, and I think it's actually really cool how they handled it, because if you ever watch Pimp My Ride, basically Exhibit takes in these cars from these people who have these broken down, busted up cars, and then goes absolutely nuts on them and does all these wacky customizations and, you know, pimps them out and then gives them back to the person that they took it from, and it's a complete surprise to them. Supposedly they have no idea what's being done to the cars until they get them back from the team. So I as far as I can tell, it seems like they were trying to capture that in a game where it's like a surprise. You take your car to get upgraded and you get surprised by whatever wacky upgrades and cool paint jobs and stuff they do to them. And I think it does that really freaking well. I think it's really cool and really novel to have in a game. It's certainly better than the god-awful Pimp My Ride video game. Alright guys, well that is going to do it for this episode. I'm pretty sure we've been going for over 30 minutes now, so, you know, that's probably long enough for a part 1. I wanted it to be on the longer side, but I don't want it to be like a 2-hour video. That would be ridiculous and probably boring. But yeah, guys, I just real quick wanted to tell you guys thank you truly from the bottom of my heart for sticking with me over like the last 6 months since my 20th anniversary LA Rush video back in October. I haven't really put out much until like a couple of weeks ago when I did the Ghost Janders video with Gray. It's been complete radio silence for me, and I didn't mean for that to happen. It just kind of did. I got really depressed and kind of just got swept away with life for a while, and I'm still not doing great mentally, if I'm being completely honest, but I am definitely better now than I was back in, you know, at the start of the year where things really kind of went off the rails for me. And then I kind of hit a bit of a writer's block thing where I wasn't sure what I wanted to record. The way my setup is, well, set up right now means that I can't reliably record console footage, which put the Saints Row Let's Play on hold, which I kind of felt bad about because I did promise I would actually finish that, and I still want to at some point. I just have to set things up in a way where it would actually work for me to record. But right now I'm doing stuff on my computer, recording videos over here, and so it's working out okay, and I am really, really happy to be back after so long. But I'm really energized and I'm looking forward to making videos again. And so I appreciate you guys for riding with me, for sticking with me during my prolonged absences. It really means so much, and I cannot express that enough to you guys. But I will be back very soon, I promise, with the next part of this Let's Play, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys choose to stick around if you're new. I love you guys to death. Have a great day, and until next time, this is your host, Becca, signing off. Bye for now.